What's up, Mega Squad? Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to build all of the Spy Ninjas and some Project Zorgo members in Minecraft. We're going to be building CWC, Qwaint, Daniel, Regina, PZ9, PZ715, the Project Zorgo leader, and even Joseph Banks. So if you guys love the Spy Ninjas, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss out on our latest videos. And if you only want to build certain characters, I've put timestamps down in the description so you guys can jump to the right character you want to build. Now let's start building. So first up is going to be the OG Spy Ninja, CWC. So let's have a look at what kind of blocks we're going to need. So we're going to need some black concrete, some blue concrete, lime concrete, white terracotta, yellow terracotta, and some red wool. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is his shoes. So for that, we're going to use the black concrete. So we just need to lay down 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then come in 1 block from each side and put 2 together. And then do the same the other side. And then it needs to be 4 blocks deep. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need to fill in the legs, which is going to be the blue concrete. So just fill in the gaps. Oh. Like this. So it should be 1 blue, 2 black, 2 blue, 2 black, 1 blue. And that will be the base of the legs. The legs from the ground to the waist is 12 blocks high, including the shoes. So we've already come up 2 blocks. So we need to come up another 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now we have the frame for the legs. So you can just fill that in. Okay, and then you should have something that looks like that. So next we're going to do the hands, and the nearest thing I could find to skin color is white terracotta. So we need to come up and come out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. The other side, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that will be the hand. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks that way. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks that way, and then you can just fill that in. Okay, and the hands come up 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. There we have his hands. Okay, next we need to do his t-shirt, which is red wool. Okay, so it should look something like that. So the shirt goes 12 blocks up from the waist to the shoulders. We've already gone 2 blocks up. So we need to come up another 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so now we have the frame for the upper body and the shoulders. But what we need to do now is the CWC that he has on his t-shirt. Start off on the left arm, and for this we will need the white concrete. So I find the easiest way to do this is to fill in the sleeve 2 blocks up from the hand. So we'll just fill this in 2 blocks up, and then we can start doing the C. So switch to the white and go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. So we have the first letter C. If you like, you can just fill that in with the red wool. Okay, and then we need to come up in line with the bottom of the C to start the W. So from the trousers, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks high with the red wool. So as you can see from this one, the W isn't exactly center, slightly to the left. So from the end you come in 1 block red, 1, 2, 3 blocks white, 1 block red, and then you do 5 blocks white. Come up on the left, 3 blocks, and the same in the middle, 1, 2, 3, and the same on the right, 1, 2, 3. fill this in with red. Now as you can see, the C on his left arm is slightly going onto the body. So what we do for that is from the W, come across 1 block red and then take out 4 blocks. Switch to the white and come up 4 blocks. Come across 3 at the top and the bottom. And there you can see we have the CWC logo. Well, not the real CWC logo, but the one he uses in the game. Next we just fill it all in with red. Okay, now you should have the body looking something like this. Now at the moment it's still just an empty frame. So if you like you can go ahead and fill in the red, but I'll do that right at the end. So for the head we need the white terracotta. If we have a look at this one you can see that it comes out on the front and the back. So we have 4 blocks going across the shoulders, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 blocks out and 2 blocks back. So we start where this frame is, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in. So do 1, 2, 3, 4. Same this side. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in. And we do 4 across. Now we come out 2 in front. And 2 in the back. Okay, so it should look something like that. Next, just fill in the frame. Okay, now we have the bottom of his head. Now as you can see, the next thing we do is the mouth. You fill in 2 blocks on the left and 2 blocks on the right. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then switch back to the red wool and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back to the white terracotta and we do another line across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So lime concrete is the best colour to match his eye colour. So for that we come in 1 block of white terracotta, 1 block of white concrete, 1 block of black concrete. So we'll do the edges first. So we've got 1 block this side, 1 block that side, and then we switch to the white concrete and come up 2, and the same that side, come up 2. Next we need the black concrete, so we do 1 block there, 1 block there. Then we switch to the lime concrete for the eye colour, and we just put that on top of each black block. Switch back to the terracotta, and then you can just fill in the spaces. And there we have his face. Okay, so now we need to do the hair. So as you can see on his character, for the hair, he has 1 block that comes down right on the corner of his eye. Go to the green block for his left eye. Come up 1, go across 1, take that out. And then we're switching to the yellow terracotta. So put 1 block there. As you can see then the hair comes all the way across except for the last block. So 1 block white terracotta and then the rest yellow. And then for the top layer it goes all the way across, so yellow terracotta all the way. And now it's starting to look a bit like his character. So all we need to do now, because at the moment he's only got a flat face, so we need to make the whole thing 3D. But this bit's really easy. All you do now is fill in the blocks. So up until this point we just do the white terracotta. What we do then is fill in the top 2 layers with the yellow terracotta. And then his hair should look something like that. Now it's up to you whether you want to fill in the whole body, or you could have it as an empty shell and just fill out the outsides. That way you could even use it as a Chadwell clay kind of house. And there you have it guys, your very own giant Chadwell clay in Minecraft. Now let's make Qwaint. So first off, the blocks that we're going to need are block of coal, light grey terracotta, white concrete, white terracotta, light grey wool, red wool, and black wool, and that is it. Okay, so let's start building. So just like last time, the first thing we need to do is her shoes. So for the sole of the shoes, we're going to be using light grey terracotta. So we just place down 8 blocks in a row. Next, we use a line of white concrete. Next, we add some light grey terracotta to add some features to her shoes. So we come in 1 block and place 2. And then the other side we do the same, so in 1 block, place 2. Then you can fill the rest in with the white. And do another line all the way across the top. So for the legs we're going to be using this light grey wool, and we need to come up from the shoes 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the reason we're not doing it as high as Chad is because in real life V is a lot shorter. Chad is really tall and V is really short. And if you guys are fans of the Spy Ninjas, you'll know that Chad always makes fun of V for being so short. Although personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with being short. Okay, and then we just fill in the whole thing. And there we have the legs. Next, we switch to the black wool, and we come up 2 blocks, all the way across. So for this part, we're going to use white terracotta for the hands, and red wool for the cuff of the sleeve. So on the first line of black, we come out to the side and place 4 blocks. And the same the other side. Just above, we do a row of red wool. So 4 each side to cover the whole hand. Next, we come up 7 blocks using black wool. And we do the same the other side. And that is the height of the shoulders. In a moment we're going to work on the CWC logo on the front of the hoodie, but first we need to fill in these rows of blocks using this black wool. So we fill in 2 whole lines of black blocks. Okay, so next we're going to start with this letter C and then work our way across. So switch to the red wool, and right here we go up 4 blocks. And then we come across 3, 1, 2, 3, and then at the top we come across 3 again, and there is the first letter C. Then we miss 1 block and come across 1, so we leave a gap like that to start the W, and then we come up 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then we come across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. 3 blocks in, we start the middle part of the W, but we only come up 3 blocks. And then the other end, we come up 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So it should look something like that. Okay, next we miss a block again, and then we start here. Now as you notice from this picture, the CWC logo has the second C backwards. So we're doing the opposite to what we did this side. So we come across 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in 1, 2, 3. And then it should look something like that. Now we just need to fill all of this in with black wool. So I'll speed this part up. Okay, so it's starting to come together. So we've got the body and the legs. Now we need to start working on the head. So for the head, we're going to use the white terracotta again. So we need to come in 4 blocks from the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we place it on top of the 5th block. Now it's quite hard to tell how many blocks there are because it's all blending in. So the easiest way to do it is to look down, and it's in between the C and the W. You've got this one big line of black. So place the first block there, and then we come across 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you should have space of 4 blocks the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And then we come out another row of blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and then the other side, 1, 2, 3. And the reason we're leaving this gap is because that is where her mouth is going to be. Now what you can also do is put 2 blocks of white terracotta underneath, and that'll be her neckline. Then we switch to the red wool and place 2 blocks there, and that is her mouth. The best colour I could find for her eyes is grey terracotta. Now I know that's weird because her eyes are brown, but the grey terracotta looks kind of brown, so we're going to use that. So either side of her mouth, if you put 2 blocks of grey terracotta stacked like that, and then 2 blocks of white concrete next to it. It should look like that. Next we fill in the blanks with the white terracotta. And then we do a row of white terracotta across the top. And there's her face. Now at the back you can also fill this in. Now if you want to make it fully 3D like the Chad character that I built, it needs to be 4 blocks deep. So using the black wool, if you start at the shoulder and come back another 3 blocks, and then come down to this line here and do the same, and then just connect them up. Okay, and then do the same the other side. So start at the shoulder, come back 3 blocks, and there, and then there, and then on the corner again, 1, 2, 3, and then just connect them all up. And as you can see, this forms the arms. Connect it right across the back. Okay, and then fill this part in. And then the top of the body should all be solid black wool. So now we need to make her head 3D. So at the moment it's 2 blocks deep. So we need to add another 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it should poke out from the back by 1 block. Do the same on the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then connect them all up. Okay, and there's her head. So just fill in all the sides. And then we have a nice squarish head. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is fill in the whole of the back of the body and the arms with this black wool. So I'm just going to speed this part right up. Okay, so now it's starting to take shape, but we need to do the end of the sleeves and the hands. So we do the same with the red wool, so we come back 3 more blocks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do it all the way, and then the same the other side. And then the white terracotta for the hands. Okay, now we use the light grey wool for the legs, so again, just fill it all in, so 3 blocks back. For the base of the shoes, again, we come back another 3 blocks with the light terracotta, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then connect all that up. Okay, and then we switch to the white, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, although at the front it has these light grey terracottas, I actually just fill in the whole back with white because it doesn't tend to have the same design on the back as the front. She should end up with something looking a bit like this. Now, the hair is the trickiest part. Now, whereas for male characters it's just square, for female characters it tends to be a bit more blocky. Now, because Qwaint's hair is black, it's a bit hard to make it look different to her hoodie, because the hoodie is black as well. So all I've done for this is used coal. So because coal is a different texture to the hoodie, it stands out just that little bit. So what I've done for this is across the top of the head, come across all the way. So we do a line of coal. Now, as you can see from this one I've already built, the hair comes down across the face. So for that, if you want to do the same hairstyle, all you do is you come across here 4 blocks. So on the skin we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we do another 2 on the next line down. So we do 1, 2. And starting on this corner, on the end of this row, we do 1 more block, and then come down to the bottom of the face, and then from the bottom of this we do another 2 up, so it looks like that. What I've done then, to add a bit of detail, I've just added another 2 blocks here, so 1, 2, so it's like a little bit of hair hanging down. Now the main thing, I mean you can do the hair whichever way you like, but the main thing is to not cover up too much of the face. So for this side I've done the same thing, I've done a line all the way down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the bottom of the face. And then here I've done another one there, and then come to the side, do another one there, and then 1 more down. If you like, you can actually make it a little bit longer, so you could do 1, 2, 3, and then maybe do 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, so next what I've done is added a line of 6 blocks on the top here. So not the very top line, the next one down. So add 1, 2, so add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then add another block here. Actually, we'll add another block there as well, just to connect it all up. So the hair is really difficult to do because you can never really get it perfect. I mean, it's entirely up to you which style you go for. But if you want to do it just like I've done, then just follow this. So I filled in all the way around the head to hide all of the skin. So we'll just do that. What you can do then is just to add a little bit more feature to the back is come in 1 block from the corner and then down 1 block. So start there and just do a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and do a row of 6, and then come down again, do another row of 6, and it kind of adds a bit more depth to the hair. Because her head is really flat across the top, what we do there is do another row of 7 across the front. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, 6, and 7. Okay, and then again come up, leave 1 block on the end, and do another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then leave a block on the end, like that. And as you can see, it's starting to take a more rounded shape. And if you like, you can do it just 1 more row just to make it a little bit more round. So again, leave 1 block on the end, do 1, 2, 3, leave a block on the end. Because at the front, it's just sticking up like that, and then it's flat on the top. All you need to do is just place some random blocks to kind of give it a bit of roundness. It's not perfect, but it looks a bit more like hair.
So now we have Chad and V, we need to make Daniel.
Okay, so first up, let's take a look at what kind of blocks we're going to need. So we'll need some light grey terracotta, black concrete, cyan terracotta, white concrete, light grey concrete powder, white terracotta, lime concrete, and brown concrete. And that is it. So the first thing we need to do is the shoes. So the first block we're going to use is the light grey terracotta, and we're going to place 8 blocks in a row. Then we need to go 4 blocks back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we just connect that up. And just fill in the gaps. Next, we cover the whole thing with black concrete. And there we have the shoes. For the legs, we're going to be using cyan terracotta. And we need to come up 10 blocks. So we fill this whole base 10 blocks high with cyan terracotta. And then you should end up with a pair of legs that look something like that. Next we're going to start the shirt. Now in recent videos Daniel hasn't been wearing the white shirt, but most people will remember Daniel as being PZ9 or the lie detector guy, and he was well known for wearing a white shirt all the time. So that's the style we're going for today. So using the white concrete, we put 2 layers down covering the whole top of the legs. And you should have something like that. Now this part is completely optional, but I've added buttons using light grey concrete powder. But that's up to you. You can either have these buttons or you can leave the whole shirt white. But if you would like to do the buttons, all you do is come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks and place it on the 5th block. And you should have 3 that side. So you've got 3 white blocks that side and 4 white blocks that side. Place 1 white block on top, come up again, and do another button. White block, and another button. So I've got 3 buttons in total, and then another white block on top, and then you can just fill all the rest of this in. So for the neckline, we're going to be using white terracotta. So above the buttons, just in line with it, if you place 1 block there, and then another block to the side, and then on top, do 2 more blocks, and then 1 block out either side. Like that. Fill it in with white blocks up to the neckline. And you should end up with something like that. Next we need to do the hands and the arms. Switch back to the white terracotta, and then right above the waistline, right here on this corner, if you come out 4 blocks. And then the same on the back. And then just connect those up and fill it in. So there's the hand, and do the same on the other side. So because Daniel has short sleeves, I've come up 4 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we fill in the whole thing with these white terracotta blocks. And again, same the other side. She should end up with 2 hands like that. Next we fill the top of the arms up to the shoulders with white concrete. And again we do the same on the other side. And then you should end up with the whole body looking like that. Okay, so the next part we're going to work on is the head. So for this one, we're going to switch to the brown concrete first of all. So come in 5 blocks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. On the 5th block, place the brown concrete and do a straight line across the shoulders. Then you want to come out another 2. 1, 2. And the same on the back. 1, 2. So in total you should have 8 blocks of brown concrete going straight across the shoulder. Now we're going to do the same the other side. So come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the 5th block, place 4. And then come out 2 at the back. And 2 at the front. So you should have a bit of a base looking like that. Next, switch back to the white terracotta. And just in line with the shoulders here, if you place a block there. And fill it all the way across like that. And then come out 1 more row. Switch back to the brown concrete and place another 2 blocks on the front like this. And there as well. So you should have a gap of 2 blocks here. Now for the mouth, we're going to come up 1 block on the end. And 1 block here, so leave a gap of 1 there, and then do the same this side, so there should be a gap there, and then we're going to come across like this, and then underneath we do the same, so we come down 1 block, and then go across, so you end up with a mouth like that. And then just fill it in with the white terracotta. Place some white terracotta in these 2 gaps. And then place a line of white terracotta across the top. Next we're going to do the eyes, but for this we're going to use the white concrete. So leave 1 block on the end and then come in 1 and do the same the other side. 1 block on the end, come in 1. Now Daniel has green eyes like Chad. So for this I'm using the lime concrete. So place 1 block next to that and 1 block next to that. Next we do the eyebrows. So for that we're switching back to the black concrete. So on top of the eye do 2 blocks of black concrete and the same on the other one. And there we have his eyes. Switch back to the white terracotta and then go up to the top of the eye. Fill in the nose area. And then we do the same on the other side. Switch back to the brown concrete and then place 1 block on the end. Leave a gap and then place 1 block here and then all the way to the end and place 1 block on the end. So you should have 3 blocks like that. Fill in the rest with white terracotta. And then next we're going to do 2 rows of brown. And there we have his face. Now to make it really 3D, what we need to do is have 3 blocks here. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Miss a block and then do the rest in brown. And then here, so we've got his face there. So come into the next block and go all the way up with brown. Do the same the other side. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And then all the way up to the top. Miss a block and then come all the way back. The next thing we're going to do is some ears. So for that we switch back to the white terracotta and in this gap we put 3 blocks high. So we go 1, 2, 3 and then 2 blocks here. So 1, 2. And the same the other side. So 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2. And then the rest of the head is all brown. So you can fill in the rest of this block with brown hair. And there you go guys, you've got your very own giant CWC Spy Ninja Daniel.
So now we have Chad, V and Daniel. So last but not least is Regina. And we'll also be making her little buddy, Mr. Bear.
So we're going to need some black concrete, some white terracotta, black wool, white concrete, pink terracotta, pink concrete, brown concrete, and some brown wool, and that is it. That is everything you're going to need. So the first thing we need to do is work on the shoes. So for that we're going to be using the white concrete. So just lay down 8 blocks in a line. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then come back another 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Same this side. 1, 2, 3. And then just connect it up. And fill in the middle. Now if you'd like to add some detail to the shoes, what I do is come in 1 block from the end and place 2. And do the same the other side. So come in 1 block. And place 2. For the legs, I've been using black wool. So what we need to do is, from the corner, come up 11 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And do the same on the other corner. And then connect them up. And then fill in the rest of the legs with the black wool. I'm just going to speed this part up so it's easier for you guys. And there we have the legs. But of course we need to make it 3D, so we need to do the same on the back as well. And then just fill in the top. And there we have a giant pair of Regina legs. Okay, so once you've got the legs looking something like this, the next thing we need to do are the hands. So for that, we're going to be using white terracotta. So if you come to the corner of the legs on the front, and right here, if you place 1 block and then come out 1, and then delete the first block, so you've got this diagonal. And then you need to come out another 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, come back another 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in another 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then connect that up and fill it in. So that is the bottom of the hand. Now the hand comes up 3 blocks in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we just do that all the way around. And fill it in. And there we've got a hand. Now we need to do the same on the other side. So again, on the corner, place 1 block and then come out 1, delete the first one, and then come out another 3. So 1, 2, and 3, back 3, and in, and connect them up, and fill it in, and then go another 2 blocks high. And there we have the hands. So the next thing we're going to work on is Regina's shirt. Now I wasn't exactly sure what colour to go for, so I went for pink concrete, but it's up to you guys. You can use whatever colour you like. So for the purpose of this, I'm just going to be using this pink. So what we do for that is come over to the hand, and on the edge, if you come up 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do the same on the other corner. And then connect these 2 up. And then we fill in all of this area with pink concrete. So again, I'm just going to speed this part up. And there we have her shirt. But of course, same as the legs and the hands, we need to make it 3D, so we just need to fill it in from the back. And then just fill in the top. So there we have Regina's body. Now we need to work on the head. So for this, we're going to come to this corner, and using the white terracotta, we're going to come in 6 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Place 1 block there, and then another one next to it. And then on this side, we're coming in 7 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and place another one there. Next, we need to come out 2 blocks. So 1, 2, and the same on these. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to connect these up. So we've got there and there, but leave this gap of 2 blocks in the front and fill that in using the pink terracotta. So we've got 1, 2. Now this part is going to be the mouth. Now I know this looks really weird at the moment because it doesn't look center, but I promise you this will look good in the end. So switch back to the white terracotta, and on top of the mouth, on this side we're going to come up 3 blocks. So 1, 2, and 3, and here we're going to come up 2. So 1 and 2. Now I know this looks really weird at the moment, guys, but trust me, this is going to work out. So switch to the brown concrete, and then we're going to place 1 block here, and on this side we're going to place 2 on top of each other like that. Switch back to the white concrete, and on this corner we're going to place 2 on top of each other like that. Switch back to the black concrete, and on this side of the face, right on the bottom corner here, we're going to come out 1, and we need to go a total of 7 blocks high. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then on this side, we're going to come out 2 blocks. So we've got 1, 2. And the same as that side, we're going to come up 7 blocks high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And just connect those 2 up. And that is the outline of the head. Now I know it still looks really weird, but trust me, just fill in the rest of it with black. And as you can see, we now have her face, but she's got really short hair, which we're going to fix in a moment though. So come up to the top of the head, and not the first block, come in 1, and place a block, and then do the same the other side. So come in 1, place a block, so you'll have 2 points looking like that, and then fill in the middle. Now at the moment, Regina's hair is looking really short, so we need to do the hair down the front. So to do that, still making sure you've got the black concrete selected, come down to the waistline here, and we're going to miss out this first row and come up to the second, and we're going to come in 3 blocks and place 1. And we're going to do the same this side, so come in 3 blocks, place 1 on the 3rd block. Okay, and then we're going to come up 2, and then do a diagonal. And then the same this side, so it needs to be 2 blocks high, and then a diagonal. And we're going to do the same, so 2 blocks high, diagonal, 2 blocks high, diagonal. And then this we're going to connect to the top of the hair there, so just go all the way up. And the same this side. And then do the same here. So on this one, you're going to go all the way to the top, and then fill in the rest. All the way to the top, and fill in the rest. And there we have her hair. Now of course we need to make her 3D, because at the moment the head is looking really flat and weird. So to do that, come in line with this corner here and bring it all the way back with the black concrete, and when it lines up there we need to come out 2 more blocks. Do the same on the other side, so in line with this corner, come to the end of the shoulders and then come out another 2 blocks, and then connect that up. And then if you come underneath and do a line across here, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we miss out a block on either end. Now we come all the way down on the back. Again, we're going to miss out this first row, and we're going to come up to the second. And we need to come in 4 blocks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and place. And then place 1 next to it. So you should have 3 blocks either side. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and the same this side. 1, 2, 3, and then a gap of 1 block underneath it. What we're going to do then is come out on a diagonal either side and fill in the middle, and on the next layer do the same, so diagonal either side and fill in the middle, and then we're going to fill in all the way up to the top in line with this with black. And it should end up looking something like that. This next part is really tricky because it's all black. It's really hard to see the difference between the blocks. So what we need to do is on this corner come up 6 blocks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the same on this corner here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you should have it looking something like this. And then we just connect all the corners. So bring this all the way to the front. And then connect this one up. And then this side. So just like that. So now we've got the outline of the cube-shaped head. And then we just need to fill in the back and sides. Okay, and then her head should look something like this. Now as you can see on the front, on the very top layer, it pokes up one row higher than the rest. So we need to do that all the way back. So again, you come in one block and then just bring it all the way back to fill in the top of the head here. Okay, so now that we have Regina, we need to work on her friend Mr. Bear. So for that, we're going to come down to the bottom of her left hand and switch to the brown wool. So on this corner here, we're going to place one block underneath and another one right behind it. And then we're going to come out another one. So you've got a block of 4 like that. Now we need to come down 4 blocks in total. So we've got another 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So it'll look something like this. Then here we come across another 2 blocks. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and the same underneath. And this is the start of the arm. Now from this layer here, we're going to come all the way down to the ground level. So just bring that all the way down. And the same on the back. And then these 4 here, we're going to come across. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. So there'll be a block of 4. And in the front, we're going to place 1 block here and 1 block there. And that is going to be his foot. On this layer, we bring it all the way up in line with the rest. So it should look something like this. Right, next we're going to work on the other leg. So starting here, we come up 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Place 1 on the 4th, and then come across another 1. And then here we come down to the ground again. Like that. And we need to fill in the back as well so it matches. So you should have something like this. And we need to come across and do the same for another block. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So it should look something like this. So you've got 2 blocks, space, 2 blocks, and then it goes back 3 blocks from the front of the toe. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So everything should be 2 blocks wide. Okay, so when your bear is looking something like this, we need to come in line with the outside of the leg. So if you go to this toe here, and then go straight up, and then here, we're going to go up 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do it on the front and the back to make it nice and equal. And then come down 1 block and go across another 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and same on the back. And on this end, we're going to go up another block on the front and back. So these will be his ears. If you like, you can connect this up to the outside of this leg. So go all the way down. And do the same on the back. So it should look something like this so far. So in line with this arm, if you come across and come out another 3 from this corner. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And the same on the row beneath. So 1, 2, and 3. And it should look like that. So it should be in line with the other arm. Do the same on the back so it's nice and equal. Here you're going to miss out this line. And you're going to come up like that. So you put another 4 blocks in. Switch to the black wool. And now we're going to do the eyes. So looking at the head from this angle, if you come here and place one block there and one block there, and then we need to fill the rest in with more brown wool. Now remember to do it on the front and back so it's nice and even. And from the back, so as you can see in between the legs, if you come up here and then we go up 3 blocks and place one at the back there, and that will be his little tail. Okay, now at the moment it doesn't really look like a bear, so we need to do the mouth. So for that, underneath the eye, if you come down and place a block, and then go across another 2, and then come down another 2 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, and then fill that in. And then this square, we're going to do another layer outwards, because at the moment his nose is looking a little bit flat. So do the same again, so we've got like that. Fill in the nose with black wool. And then just for a little extra detail, if you switch to the pink terracotta, and then underneath his nose here, if you do 3 blocks, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and that looks like his little mouth. And there you go. So that is Regina and her little friend Mr. Bear.
Now let's build the newest member of the Spy Ninjas, PZ9, aka Melvin.
Now I'm sure most of you guys know that PZ9 or Melvin is a previous Project Zorgo member. But he no longer works for Project Zorgo, and recently he's actually joined the Spy Ninjas and become a good guy. So let's have a look at what kind of blocks we're going to need. So the first thing is light grey concrete, black concrete, yellow wool, black wool, light grey wool, block of quartz, pink concrete and white concrete, and that is everything we're going to need. Now as you can tell by this design, I've gone for his casual look where he has the grey striped hoodie rather than all black. I think he's going to start wearing this a bit more now that he's no longer part of Project Zorgo. It doesn't make sense for him to wear the black hoodie like normal PZ members. So I've gone for this look for the purpose of the tutorial. But you can follow along and do the whole thing in black if you prefer. Okay, so to start the shoes, we need to switch to the light grey concrete, and we need to place down 16 blocks in a row. Just like that. And then we do another row of light grey concrete on top, so it's 2 blocks high. And it should look like this. Then we switch to the black concrete, and we need to go up 23 blocks high. So this is a huge build, guys, so let's do that. So 23 blocks high. And then we do the same on this corner. And then we just go across like this. And then fill in all of this giant rectangle with black concrete. And you should end up with a pair of legs looking like this. Next, we switch to the yellow wool to do his right hand. Now, I'm sure most of you know that PZ9 wears 2 different colour gloves. He wears a yellow glove on his right hand and a black glove on his left. So that's what we're going to copy here. So starting on this corner, if you place 1 block on the end, and then come out 1 more, and then delete that first one, because it comes off to the side like this. And this needs to come across 8 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then it needs to go up 6 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we do the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we just connect those up. And fill in the rest of this with more yellow wool. Next we're going to do something similar the other side, but this time we're going to switch to the black wool. So again, come to this corner and place a block. Place 1 out and delete the first one. And then we come across 8 blocks in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we come up 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Do the same here. So we've already got 1. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Connect that up. And fill in the rest. And there we go. So we've got the 2 different gloves. Next, we switch to the grey wool. And we come to the top of the yellow glove here on the corner. And we need to come up 18 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And we need to do 2 lots of these. So we've got 1 there. And then we do the same next to it. Switch to the light grey wool. And we do 1 long tower of light grey up to the same level as the other ones. So just do that real quick. Like that. And we follow that same pattern all the way across. So as you can see from this one, it's 2 blocks of grey wool, and then 1 of light, 2 normal grey, 1 light, 2 normal grey, 1 light. So you just follow that pattern all the way across. So again, I'm just going to speed this part up. Now, to add some detail around the bottom of the neck area, what we're going to do is come in here, and on this 4th grey block, so not the light grey one, so we come in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So on the 5th block, place another grey and another light grey next to it. So you've got those 2 like that. And then we do the same on this side. So we come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we place a grey and a light grey next to it, so it goes like this. Then, because we're going to replace some of this with a bit of black, what we do is we come in from this light grey over to the 3rd light grey stripe, and we delete this grey next to it. And then we do the same here, so come in, so 1, 2, 3 light grey strips, and delete the normal grey next to it. And then we're just going to take out this bunch here. So you should have these little step downs like that. So switch to the black concrete, and then we're going to fill in some of this area just like this. And then we do another layer here, like that. And then we go from the top of this grey one to this grey one. So place one there as well, and then just fill that in all the way across. So it should look like this. And then we're going to come up here on the corner, we're going to place 1 there and 1 out. And do the same this side, so 1 there and 1 out. So it looks like this. Next we're going to switch to the block of quartz, and it makes it easier if you count the stripes. So looking at these light grey stripes, if you go 1, 2, 3 and 4, and where that 4th one is, we're just going to come to the right of it there and come up and place 1 block there. So it should be in line with this normal grey. And we're going to come across 8 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And that should end on this row of grey blocks. So you can see that it's right in the centre. If you've got that, then you come back to this first one again and you go up 1 and out 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then delete this first one. And then we do the same here, up 1, out 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and delete the first one, so it staggers like that. And we do the same this side, so up 1 and out 4, delete the first, up 1, out 4, and delete the first one. And as you can see, this will be the bottom of the mask area. And what you can actually do now is fill in all of these with more quartz. Like this. And where we have this gap here, underneath the chin part of the mask, you can fill that up with more black concrete. until you have something that looks like this. Next, switch back to the quartz and come to the end, and we're going to go up 2 and up 2 and then up 1. And then we do the same the other side. So on the outside we do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, then we're going to come back over to this side. We're going to miss out these 2 blocks and we're going to place 1 there. Miss out another 2 blocks and place 2. Miss 1, place 2. Miss 2, place 2. Miss 1, place 2. So you should have it looking like this. And then we miss out another 2 and place 1. And there we have the bottom row of teeth. Now to connect it to the top, what we're going to do is place 1 block on top of this and 1 in, and then delete that first one. And do the same for this single block. So we go up 1, in 1, and then delete. So from the top of this diagonal one, we're going to place another one on top, and then we're going to come all the way across until we reach the other diagonal. Like this. Then on this top row, we're going to come to the corner and we're going to go up 1 and out 1. And do the same this side, up 1, out 1, and then do a row all the way across. Next, come to this corner here, and we're going to come in 4 blocks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and place 1 there. And then we're going to come all the way across until it comes in line with this side of the face. Like that. And then we're going to come down 1. Do the same the other side. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Place 1 on top of the 4th. And then bring it all the way to the outside of the face until it lines up here, and then we come down 1. Now you can see this empty square in the middle, so if you go straight up from the square and we place 1 block here and 1 block there. Now to do the nose area, we're going to come to this little corner here. These 2 things here, these 2 gaps will be the nostrils. So on this corner here, we're going to come up 1 and in 1, up 2 and in 1, and we're going to do the same the other side. So we've got up 1, in 1, up 2, and in 1, like this. And as you can see, that forms the shape of the nose. Connect these 2 up by coming up 1 again, and then going across. So on this layer here, we come across all the way to the end again, and then we go up 1, and we do the same this side. So all the way to the end, and then up 1. And then the last little final touch is just to put 1 more block on the inside of each end like that. Okay, now this whole area, all of these gaps, you can now fill in with the black concrete. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and speed it up. And there we have PZ9's famous skull mask that he wears underneath his PZ mask. Okay, next we switch to the white concrete, and if you come over to this side of the mask, we're going to come all the way across until we reach here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we miss 1 and we put another one there. Now what we're going to do next is this scar, this big scratch that PZ9 has going up and across his mask. So for that, we're going to switch back to the light grey concrete, and we're going to place a diagonal line going all the way up here, 10 blocks in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll leave 4 there for now, and then if you switch back to the white concrete, we're going to do another 2 layers of white. So if we do that first, like this, and we're going to come up to the same level to the top of the nose on this side with white concrete as well. Okay, so far so good. Next we switch to the pink concrete for the PZ mask's rosy cheeks. And what we're going to do there is come up 2 and in 3. And we do the same the other side, so we've got 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3 in. Switch back to the white concrete, and we're going to fill in 2 rows of white, so it comes up in line with the rosy cheeks. Now as you can see here, the line has stopped for the scratch on the face. So just come diagonal and delete one block and place down one of the greys, and you can do it again there. And as you can see, this is slowly going to reach the top of the face. Okay, so starting from this corner, we're going to come in 5 blocks using the white concrete. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Do the same on the other side. Now switching back to the black concrete, we're going to place 3, and then we need to bring it up 3 levels in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to bring that black this way so that it's 5 blocks long in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and the same here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you should have 3 black blocks going up, 3 going across, and then 5 going across, 5 going across. And then we do the same the other side. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we go up 3 in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we come across 5 in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next we switch back to the white concrete, and I'm going to work on this scar. So if we bring this in here and place one there, place these here, and place another one there. Until you have 10 in total. So let's check that we've got the right amount. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so switching back to the white concrete, we're going to bring this up in line with the top of the eye. So if we go 1, 2, and 3, and then bring that all the way across until it meets the scar. And then we do the same this side until it reaches the outside of the face. Just like that. And then just go ahead and fill in these gaps with more white concrete. Okay, so far so good. Okay, next we're going to do another line of white concrete, but I only want you to do it up until here. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we do the same this side. So we bring it in till it reaches the scar. Because next we need to do his eyebrows, or the eyebrows of the mask, that is. So for that, switch back to the black concrete, and we're coming up 2 layers, all the way until it reaches this corner here. So do 2 layers there, and then just bring that across. Like this, and then we do the same here. So place one on top of this grey block and another one on top of that, and then bring that out all the way to the end of the mask. Next we're going to do the number 9 in Roman numerals that PZ9 has on his mask. So using the light grey concrete, we skip this first block and we come up 3, and then we miss out another block here, and we place 1 there, skip a block, 1 there. Now we need to do a diagonal, so come up 1 and in 1, and then delete that. And then we need 2 more diagonals for the top layer, so we come up 1, in 1, and out 1 this side, and then delete that one. So it kind of looks like an X. So for those who didn't know, number 9 in Roman numerals is IX. Now, because of course Minecraft is really pixely, this is the only way you can really do it. Now you can go ahead and fill in all of these little blank bits with white concrete. And then we're going to do 1 more row of white all the way across the top. And there we have PZ9's mask. Next, we're going to switch back to the black concrete, and we're just going to come up and do a border all the way around the mask. So switch back to the grey wool, and we're going to come down to this corner here, and we're going to place one there and come out 3 blocks in total. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. Do the same the other side. So on the black block we go 1, 2, and 3. So as you can see, we now have 2 sticking out from the side of the mask, either side. And what we're going to do is bring that all the way up to the top and then go 1 block higher than the mask. And then we're going to bring that all the way across. Now you can either have his head looking square like that, or you can try and round it off a little bit to make it more of a hood kind of shape by stepping it up. So the way you do that is come to the end, miss out a block, and do the same the other side. So bring that all the way across and leave a gap of 1 block on the end. And then just repeat that until you're happy. I've gone up 5 layers in total. So there's 1. And you can keep doing that until you're happy with it. But like I say, I've gone 5 layers up in total. And there we have it, guys. So you've now built your very own giant PZ9 or Melvin in Minecraft.
Moving on, we're going to build a giant Project Zorgo member next.
So first of all, I want to show you exactly how big this thing is. So if we come over here, we can see this is the normal size of a Minecraft character. And this is what we're going to be building. So first up, let's take a look at what kind of blocks we're going to need. So the first one we need is light grey terracotta, black concrete, black wool, white concrete, yellow concrete, and pink concrete. It's that easy. So find a nice big space. So the first thing we're going to do is the base of the shoes. So for that, we're going to use the light grey terracotta. So place down 8 blocks in a line. And then we come back 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we just connect it up. Like that, and then just fill in the inside. And there we have the base for the shoes. Now as you can see, most of the Project Zorgo hacker is in black. So I've got the black concrete and I've got the black wool. Now as you can see, the black wool is a bit more textured, so it looks a bit more like clothes. So for the main part of the body, I'm going to be using the black wool. Now this thing is huge, so we need to come up 23 blocks high using the black wool. And then it should look something like that. Now we need to do the same thing to cover this whole rectangle base. Now you can either fill in the whole thing, or you can just go around all the edges and then just close it off on top. So I'm going to do that really quick and speed it up for you guys. Okay, so you should end up with something like this, and then you can just close it off on the top. And there we have the main part of the body and legs. Okay, so now we need to work on the arms. So from the main part of the body, on the front, if you come out 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. And same on the back, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go down another 8 blocks. So it should end up around there. Connect that up. And do the same on the back. And there we have the outline of the arm. So just go ahead and fill that in. And there is one arm. Okay, then switch to the yellow blocks, and underneath, if you come out 4 blocks, come back 4 blocks, and then connect it up. So when you've got this part, you need to come down 3 blocks in total. So we've got 1, 2, and 3, and then we just connect all of this up and make it one big block, because this part is the glove. And there we have one of the arms. If you come over this side, do the same. So in line with that, come back 4 blocks, and then come out 4 blocks. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then connect that up. And then we do the same as we did the other side. So just connect all that up. And then you should have the 2 hands looking something like that. And now it makes it easier to fill the rest of this in with more black wool. And there we go. So we've got the feet, the legs, the body, the arms, and the hands. Now we need to work on the head. So for the head, we come in from the shoulder 3 blocks. We've got 1, 2, and 3, and then we place it on the 4th block. Come out 2 more, and then we do the same the other side. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and place it on the 4th. Come out 2 blocks, and then connect that up. And do the same here. So from the side it should look something like that. Okay, now we do the same at the back. So in line with this, just go straight across the shoulders and then come out 2 blocks. Same here. 1, 2, and then connect that up. And then this is the base for the head. So switch to the white concrete, and just in line with the shoulders here, if you place a line, and then do 1 more on top. So for the features of the face, so for these black parts, instead of using the black wool again, I'm going to be using the black concrete because it just makes it stand out a little bit more. Okay, so once you've got this layer of white, we need to come in 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the 4th block, place a black concrete, and then place another one right next to it, and then do the same on the next layer. So you should have a block of 4 black concretes. Okay, next we come up, place another one here, and come out 1, and then delete that first one. So you should have a diagonal. Do the same this side, and delete there. So you've got another diagonal. Come up. Now we come out 2 blocks here, so we've got 1, 2, 1, 2. So you should have it looking like that. And then come up 1 and in 2, and then delete that corner. So it should be like this. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now on the ends, we need to do another one and come up 1, and then delete, so we've got another diagonal, and the same this side. Next we switch to the pink concrete, and we place 1 block on top and 1 in, and same this side, 1 on top, 1 in, and then back to the black concrete, and on this pink block place 1 on top and another one inside, and the same this side. So 1 on top, 1 on the inside, and there we have the cheeks and the eyes. Now at this point it's easiest to fill in up to here with the white concrete, so we'll just go ahead and do that. And as you can see, it's slowly starting to look like a hacker. So on the top of the eyes, we do a whole row of white. And then on the corners, we do another 3 black concrete. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and the same this side, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Okay, fill in that middle section with white. And there we have the hacker face. Now all we need to do is build the hood that goes around it, because as you guys know, Project Zorgo hackers always wear hoods. So we come around here and we place black wool all the way up to the top, and then another one so it goes just above it, and then all the way across the top, and then out 1, and then all the way down, like that. Now, because it's a hood, we want it to poke out slightly from the front of the face. So if you come out in line with this, and do that all the way around the face. So the front should look like that. So you've got the face there, and then you've got 2 blocks deep of black wool all the way around it. So all we do then is fill in the back with black wool. And there you have it, guys, a super simple Project Zorgo hacker in Minecraft.
Next, we're going to build the crazy scientist and friend of the Spy Ninjas, Joseph Banks. We're only going to need 4 different kinds of blocks to build this giant Joseph Banks, and they are snow, white concrete, black concrete, and cyan concrete, and that is it. It's super simple, and this won't take long at all to build. So the first thing we're going to do is start with the shoes and then work our way up. So first of all, we're going to use the white concrete. So we just place 8 blocks down in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to come in 1 block and place 2 there, and do the same the other side. So come in 1 block, place 2 there, and then we're going to do the legs using the snow, because I find that's the best colour to match what he looks like in real life. So for that, we're going to come up 11 blocks from this one. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And we do the same this side. And then we connect them up and fill in the middle. So I'm just going to speed this part up. And you should end up with a pair of legs looking something like this. What we do next is switch to the black concrete, and we come up to this corner here, and we're going to do the gloves. So to do that, we place 1 block there and place another one here, and then we delete that first one so we have a diagonal. We need to come out 4 blocks in total, so we go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we need to go up 3 blocks high. So we've already got 1, so place another 2, do the same here, and connect them up, and fill in the middle. And there we have one of his gloves. And then we go over to the other side and we do the exact same thing. So we come up 1, out 1, delete, come across another 3, and then go up another 2, and do the same here, and then connect them all up, and fill in the middle. And there we have his gloves. So from the top of the glove, we switch back to the snow, and we need to come up another 9 blocks high. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Do the same this side. And then we connect these up, because these will be the shoulders. And just fill in all of this empty space. And there we have Joseph Banks' body. So next we need to work on his head. So to separate it from the rest of the body, we're going to use the white concrete for this. So for that, you come over to the shoulder and you come in 5 blocks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we place one on the 5th. And we do the same this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then connect these up. And we do another 2 lines, exactly the same. So it looks like that. And then if we come to the middle, we place 2 blocks next to each other, just like that. Next, we're going to switch to the cyan concrete, and we're going to come up 3 blocks. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. Go across 2, and then down to the bottom here, and place 1 there. So you should have a big square with a hole in the middle. And then we do the same here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Connect those up. Place 1 on the bottom, so you should end up with 2 goggle looking eyes like that. And then we connect these up in the middle, because as you can see from this picture, Joseph Banks wears these kind of turquoisey cyan colour kind of goggles. Now because they have black lenses on the goggles, we're going to come in and place a black in these 2 empty spaces in the middle, switch back to the white concrete, and we're going to place another 2 rows all the way across the top. There we have Joseph Banks' face, which of course you can't really see because he wears a white mask and goggles, but that's pretty much as close as you're going to get it in Minecraft. Next, we need to work on Joseph Banks' crazy white hair. So to do that, we're going to switch back to the snow. And the first thing we're going to do is come down to one block below the goggles and place one there. Do the same the other side. And then we're going to go up and around the head. Just like this. So as you can see in real life, Joseph Banks' hair is really wacky. So you can do this as crazy as you like. But the way I've done it is come to the front to make it a little bit more 3D. I've placed one block here, skip a block, place one here, skip a block, place one here, and then skip two and place another one there. So it kind of looks like this. Come to this corner, come out two and down one. And then if you come down to this block here in line with the top of the goggles, and you come out three and then one down like that. And then just here in line with the bottom of the goggles, place another block there. So as you can see, his hair's starting to look a little bit wacky. So for this side, go one level just above the goggles, come out two and then down one like that. And then again in line with the bottom of the goggles, we place one block out to the side like this. Next we come here and you skip this first block, and on this one you come up another four. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then come out to the side one like this. From the top here we come down to this one, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and we come out another 2 and in 1 like that. So when the hair is looking like this, we're going to come here and diagonally to this block we're going to place two next to each other, and then we're going to skip a block, place one, skip a block, place one, and do that all the way across. And then we're going to do a diagonal here, so place one more and then one out to the side, and then delete that one so it looks like this. And then we want to do a diagonal down, so place one next to that, one down, and then delete that. It should look something like this. Okay, we're going to do another layer of hair. So what we're going to do is come to these two blocks, place one on top, and then we're going to come across all the way until it reaches there. So you can see this diagonal line going like this. And then we're going to remove this block. So you've got two, and then a gap, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going across that way. Next we need a diagonal one coming here, so come up one and in one, and then delete that. And then we're going to do 3 across here, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to skip one and place one more there. And for the final touches, we're going to go into the middle here, and we're going to place one on top, and then we need to do a diagonal, so place one on top of this one and one out. Delete that first one, and then we're going to do 3, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to come down and then out another one like that. And there we go, we have the perfect Joseph Banks, friend of the Spy Ninjas. And that is it, guys. It is that easy to build Joseph Banks in Minecraft. Last but not least, we're going to build the Spy Ninja's biggest enemy right now, PZ9. So this is really easy to make, guys, but the first thing I need to show you is what kind of blocks you're going to need. So you're going to need some light grey concrete, black wool, purple concrete, yellow concrete, white concrete, black concrete, red, lime, and light blue concrete as well. So the first thing we need to do are the shoes, and for that we're going to be using the light grey concrete. We place down 8 blocks in a row. Next we skip out the block on the end and we place 2 next to each other there, and we do the same the other side, just like this. To make it 3D we're going to do the same in front, so place down 8 blocks in a row, and place 2 more blocks like this, and there we have the 3D base for the shoes. Next we're going to switch to the black wool, and we need to come up from this block another 11 blocks high. And then we do the same this side. And then we connect these up. And we do the exact same on the back. And then we just need to fill in the middle with black wool. So I'm going to speed this part up. So you should end up with a giant pair of legs looking something like this. Next, we're going to switch to the purple concrete, and we're going to do one layer all the way across. Then we're going to switch to the yellow concrete, and we're going to start working on the gloves. So come out to the side and come across 4 blocks. Do the same on the back. And it needs to go 3 blocks high in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and just do that for the whole of the glove. And then we have 1 glove, and then we do the exact same thing on the other side. So come out 4, and then up 3 in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And then we do the same on the back. And there we have the gloves. Next we're going to work on his football jersey. So for that we need to come up another 11 blocks from this one. Do the same here. And fill in the middle. Next we're going to work on the arms. Now as you can see from this, he has black and then purple. So what we need to do for that is switch back to the black wool, and we're going to do 3 layers high from the top of the glove. So we go 1, 2, 3, do the same on the outside, and then we just fill it in like that, and we do the exact same thing on the back. Go around to the other arm and do the exact same thing on this glove. And there we have the bottom part of the arms. Next we're going to carry on and do the rest of it in purple. So come up to that level there with more purple concrete. Come around the back and do the exact same thing. And then go around to the other arm and just repeat. And there we have the upper body. Next we're going to work on the muscles on the arms. So to do that we come down 2 blocks and place one on the third, and then we need to do 4 blocks down. So we got 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then come out again and then skip the top block and place 2 in the middle there. Do the exact same thing on the back, so 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then 2 there, and there we have 1 bulging bicep. And then we do the same on the other arm. So come down to the third block, place 4, and then place 2 in the middle here like that, and there we have the muscles. Because as you guys will know, PZ9 uses a specialised mask which gives him chemicals and makes him really, really strong. Next we're going to work on the number 28 on his football jersey. So to do that we come in 6 blocks from the top of the shoulder. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we come down 3. So 1, 2, 3 and place 1 there, and then we go across another 2, down 2, across 2, down 2, across 2, and there we have the number 2. And then we're going to skip this block in line with the number 2. We're going to skip that one, come across and place 3 more, and then we're going to bring that all the way down in line with the number 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Go 3 across, 1, 2, 3, line these 2 up, and then place 1 in the middle there like that, and there we have the number 28. We're nearly there, guys. Next we need to work on his mask. So to do that we come in 5 blocks from the shoulder. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, place 1 on the 5th, and then come to the other shoulder and do the exact same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, place 1 on the 5th, connect these up like that. So we've just got 1 big line. Then we're going to switch to the black concrete, and in the middle here, so it's the 4th block in, we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4, place 1 there and place 1 next to it. And then we need to do some diagonals. So to do that we place 1 here, come out 2, delete that first one, do the same this side. So we come up 1, out 2 and delete 1, and then we need to do another one up here. So we come up 1, in 1, and then delete the first one. She should end up with 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks and 2 blocks looking like that. We also need to do a diagonal off to the side. So come to this corner here, place 1 and out 1, and then delete the first, and then do the same this side. So up 1, out 1, delete the first, and there we've got the infamous PZ mouth off the mask. Fill in all of these gaps so far with more white concrete. and then do a layer of white all the way across the top. Like this. Next we're going to do the eyes, so for that, come up to this layer, miss out this first block and place 2 next to each other. Do the same this side, so skip the first one, place 2 next to each other, and then fill in the rest with white. And then do 1 more layer across the top. Next we're going to do the eyebrows, so switch back to the black, and then on the corner we're going to place 3. So we've got 1, 2 and 3, and then same this side, 1, 2 and 3. And then just fill in the middle with 2 more white. And there we have the PZ mask. Now as I'm sure you know, the thing that separates PZ715 to the other PZ members is his mask. Not only is he huge, but he also has these little tubes, these coloured tubes coming out of his mask, which is the source of his power. So if you want to copy the way I've done it, switch to the red concrete and you just come out 2 blocks here, come up 2 more, and then bring it back. A total of 4. And then connect it up at the back like this. So there we have 1 tube. For the green tube we switch to the lime concrete and we're going to come here just above this black block and we're going to place 3 and then we're going to go up 1 more and then out another 2 and then we're going to bring it back and connect it up here just like this. For the last tube we're going to switch to the blue concrete and we're going to come over to this eyebrow here and we're going to come out 2, across 1, down 1, across another 2, and then we're going to come up another 2, back another 2, and then we're going to bring this in like this. And there we go. And there we have the tubes going into the mask. Now we just need to do a hood all the way around the outside. So to do that we switch to the black wall and starting on this corner here we just bring this up. Now we need to build around the mask. So place one on top here. And then go all the way across the top of the normal mask. Like this. And we're going to come down 1 more layer because we're going to try and make it a little bit 3D. So if you do this little bit underneath the chin area, and then we're going to bring this out all the way around. And there we go. So we have the outside of the mask. Now we need to fill in some of the back area. So if you come to the back of the mask and then come out another 2 blocks from this corner like this, and then do the same on the bottom, so come out 2 more so it hangs over the back by 1 block. Connect these up and then fill in this gap, and then we're going to do the same this side. So come to this corner, come out 2 blocks, go down the bottom, come out 2 more. So it looks like this, and then we're going to connect those up. And then we're going to come out 2 blocks all the way across here. So go 1, 2, 1, 2. For this part we're just going to come out 1 because there's already a block there. And then 1, 2. Like that. And then we're just going to fill in all of this area so that it goes 2 blocks deep. Like this. And as you can see, it now looks like the tubes are coming out of the mask and going into the back, just like they do in real life. Now at the moment he has a really square head, so to round it off, the way we do that is come over to this corner here, and we're going to skip out this first block, and we're going to place 1 there, and then go all the way across. And then skip out 1 on the end. Do that all the way to the back, just to keep it nice and even. Like this, and then we're going to do it 1 more layer. So again, miss out the first block, place 1 there, come all the way across and skip out the one on the end, and then come around the back and just make sure that it does it all the way from the front to the back. We now have our very own giant PZ715. And there you have it, guys. You now have all of the Spy Ninjas and some of their enemies in Minecraft. Remember to give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed, and make sure you subscribe so you can keep up to date with our latest videos. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay mega.